Hey there, and thank you for joining me on the Retro Game Couch. And in today's video I want to show you the GB operator. And the GB operator basically adds a Game Boy Advance port to your computer, whether it runs on Windows, macOS or Linux. So it enables you to play your entire physical Game Boy library on your computer, giving you the nostalgic feel of using the real cartridges and all the benefits of playing a game in an emulator. And besides playing games, it can do a bunch of other very cool stuff, which we're going to check out in this video as well. So let's go. So here is a closer look at the GB operator. The device has a USB-C port to connect it to your computer, and it of course has a game port. Let's go over all the features of the GB operator, starting with playing your physical Game Boy library. First, let's try Megalit, a very fun puzzle game for the original Game Boy. The game is instantly detected correctly, so let's start it and play. This is a really fun puzzler that not many people talk about. I really recommend giving this a try. Next up is a Japanese title for the Game Boy Color called Survival Kits. It's a great survival game that's also very challenging. The GB operator does not correctly recognize the game, but does acknowledge that it is an official release. Starting the game gives a warning about the ROM being unverified. Ignore the error and the game will start and work correctly. If you are into survival games like me, then you should totally check out Survival Kits. Be sure to pick up the English version though, if your Japanese is not up to par. Well, since it struggled with the previous Japanese title, let's try another one. This time it's Baseball Kits. It's recognized correctly, the art is loaded, and we can start the game. Next up, for the Game Boy Color, it's Flashback. Oh no, I mean it's Tomb Raider. It's detected correctly. Dumping the Game Boy Color ROM takes a lot longer. Yeah, this works fine. Game I played on PC. Starting the game just works fine. So how about these two games in one cartridges? Here is SpongeBob, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman and Super Sponge. It is detected but no cover art is shown. Starting the game works fine. We can pick between either game, and picking either one of the games works as well. Here's an interesting test. Not too many people know that there are actually video cards for the Game Boy Advance. This is Strawberry Shortcake. The GB operator sees it correctly and dumping it gives no issues. And yes, it works just fine.
All the time. Strawberry Land is the home of custard, cupcake, and me, Strawberry Shortcake.
The GB operator advertises to work with the Game Boy camera, so let's test that out. It detects that the camera is inserted and it unlocks the photo section of the software. And from here it lets you download all the photos from the camera at once. And of course, it also gives you the option to delete all the pictures from the camera. Something that 100% can't work, but I have to test, is the Game Boy e-reader, because after dumping the ROM with the e-reader software, the ROM can no longer access the e-reader hardware to scan the codes. I do, however, hope that the developer adds support for dumping the game that you can store on the e-reader. That will be cool. And as a final test, here is one of these shady, non-official multi-game cartridges that were very popular in the Game Boy era. This card is detected as Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. Interestingly, the GB operator thinks that this is an official cartridge. I beg to differ. Starting the game gives an integrity check fail, but the game boots up fine. It shows the menu with all the illegal games, but every game we start just launches Bugs Bunny. I think this hack is so dirty the GB operator doesn't dump it correctly. The GB operator can download save games from a game cartridge, and this is of course useful for backing up those childhood save games that you don't want to lose, or when you want to replace the save game battery of one of your games. After you're done replacing the battery, you can upload the save game back to the game cartridge using the GB operator. I have saved the best for last because this device can also write ROMs back to empty cartridges. Here you can see is my Zelda on my Game Boy Advance. Let's dump this ROM using the GB operator and then try to write it back to a writable cartridge. I have one bootleg game in my collection that is seen as being writable by the GB operator. Just keep in mind that not every Chinese bootleg game in every update of the GB operator software. As you can see, when I insert my Survival Kits cartridge, it says it's writable. Now let's select the ROM of Zelda that we just dumped from the original cartridge and write it back to this cartridge. Now this takes a long time. I've cut it for the sake of this video. And let's see if this actually works. As you can see, the GB operator now actually detects this cartridge as being Zelda. Let's put it in my Game Boy Advance and see if it actually works. And yeah, this works. So in theory, you could ship the game that you made in GB Studio on actual media, which is totally awesome. So that was a closer look at the GB operator. For now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time on the Retro Game Couch.